April 18, 1775. The night sky over Massachusetts was silent until the thunder of a single horse broke through. Paul Revere, a silversmith by trade, was riding into history. His mission? To warn colonial militias that British troops were marching toward Lexington and Concord. But the story we all know, the lone rider shouting "the British are coming," is more myth than fact. So who really was Paul Revere? A fearless patriot? A master of propaganda? Or simply a man caught in the machinery of revolution? If this video made you see things from a new angle, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Hero or Villain, and share this video. Thanks for watching. The ride that became legend. Revere's midnight ride wasn't a solo act. In fact, he was one of several riders, including William Dawes and Samuel Prescott. Revere himself never shouted in the streets. Instead, he quietly knocked on doors, spreading the alarm. The phrase "the British are coming," that was invented decades later by poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, whose famous 1861 poem transformed Revere into a household name. Without Longfellow, his ride might have slipped into obscurity. And even Revere's ride had its limits. He was captured by a British patrol before reaching Concord. It was actually Samuel Prescott who carried the alarm all the way through. From craftsman to revolutionary. Long before he became a folk hero, Revere was the son of a French Huguenot immigrant. Trained as a silversmith, he built a reputation in Boston for fine work, engraved teapots, silver bowls, even delicate jewelry. But in the charged atmosphere of pre-revolution Boston, Revere's craft turned political. His engravings became tools of agitation. The most infamous? His print of the Boston Massacre, 1770 British soldiers lined in cold formation, firing into an unarmed crowd of colonists. The image was wildly misleading. Revere copied much of it from another engraver and exaggerated the brutality. Yet it worked. Colonists who had never witnessed the event felt its outrage through Revere's lines. In this sense, Revere wasn't just a silversmith. He was one of America's first great propagandists. A questionable soldier. Though remembered for his ride, Revere also served as an officer in the Revolutionary War. He commanded a unit of artillery and even oversaw the casting of cannons. But his military career wasn't glorious. During the disastrous Penobscot expedition of 1779, Revere was accused of cowardice and disobedience. Some claimed he retreated too quickly, abandoning his post. Though he was later acquitted, the shadow of failure lingered. It's a reminder: heroes on horseback can stumble when faced with the harsh grind of war. Hero or opportunist? To many, Paul Revere embodies the spirit of American defiance. A common man who risked his life for liberty. His midnight ride symbolizes courage, speed, and warning in the face of tyranny. But critics argue his fame rests more on myth than merit. His engravings twisted events. His ride was one of many. His capture cut it short. And the hero's glow? That came not from 1775, but from Longfellow's romanticized poem in 1861. Written on the eve of the Civil War to remind Americans of unity and rebellion against tyranny. Revere's life shows how history chooses its heroes not just by deeds, but by narratives. Context beyond the myth. While Americans glorify Revere, the British of his time dismissed him and his fellow Sons of Liberty as rabble-rousers. To them, Revere was not a noble patriot, but a skilled propagandist spreading distorted images. And yet, this duality is precisely what makes him enduring. His story demonstrates how revolutions are not won only on battlefields, but in the hearts and minds of ordinary people stirred by images, words, and symbols. Globally, Revere stands as an example of how myth-making can elevate the local into the legendary, transforming a silversmith into a national icon. Did you know? Paul Revere was also an early industrialist, helping establish one of the first copper rolling mills in America. He had 16 children, though not all survived to adulthood. His engravings weren't limited to politics. He also designed currency and official seals. Ironically, in his famous ride, Revere never actually said "the British are coming," because most colonists still considered themselves British at the time. He likely warned, "The regulars are out." Sketch of the day. A moonlit rider leans low over a galloping horse, lanterns swinging at his side. The countryside is shrouded in shadows, farmhouses dark and silent. Behind him, a faint glow rises from Boston, as if the city itself is watching. His jaw is clenched, his eyes fixed forward, not the face of a legend, but of a man weighed by urgency and fear. Final thoughts. Paul Revere's story raises a timeless question. Do we remember him for what he did, or for what we wanted him to represent? Was he the brave patriot who lit the fuse of revolution, or simply a man whose legend outshone his life? What cannot be denied is this: history often favors those whose stories can be told in a single, powerful image. And Paul Revere, writer, silversmith, propagandist, became just that, an ordinary man, immortalized by myth. If this video made you see things from a new angle, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Hero or Villain, and share this video. Thanks for watching.